how pastors can master social media. Now, I say pastors, but I mean leaders, ministers, deacons, brothers, sisters, rabbis, priests. It's very much very similar. And how can you master social media? Now, the first thing I would advise you to do is understand that social media, you can change that word. One thing we talk about, and there's a free webinar down below if you feel called to look at it, is you don't have to master social media. You just have to, just messaging. Look at social media as outlets. How do I master outlets, basically, as a pastor? And we'll say pastor to keep things simple. And it's very simple, this answer. Just being you. Nothing changes in this online ministry from your perspective. From a pastor's perspective, you do what you've been doing. Most of the time, I know maybe in the beginning, the pastor has to do everything. The pastor has to collect the offering. The pastor has to welcome people. The pastor has to cook the food. The pastor has to serve the food. The pastor has to lock up. The pastor has to mow the lawn. The pastor has to pay the bills. But you delegate it. And if you've started your church, especially from the beginning, you realize you've delegated it probably many times to many different people, and that's changed as your outlook and things have changed. It's the same thing as a pastor to master social media saying, you know what, saying what you want. I want 10 quotes from my past sermon. And you delegate someone to just do that. Someone else, I want 3 clips from the last sermon put out there. And it's little simple things like this that allow you to master social media. Because all social media is an outlet. And how you get your message out to the most outlets possible is you let people know that I want this here, I want this here, I want this here. One thing we talk about in the webinar, and we definitely talk about in the Unleash Your Church Online program, is we talk about making sure you tell people what you want. Nothing has to change. All that you have to do is, literally the easy answer is just record everything. When you're sitting at home and you have a thought and it's a Bible study or it's a phrase you've been reading about, instead of maybe keeping it up here, now you just speak it. You speak it out loud. How did God create, according to the Bible, how did God create the world? He said, let there be light. He said it. You say something. But you don't say it to the world like this. You say it to the world like this, into the camera. That's how you do it. Meaning now, during the week, you've read your Bible every night, you've read something, or you had a thought, or you've had a conversation. Now you sit down in front of the camera and you talk about it. You speak about it. And you start to do this over and over and over again. It becomes easy. Now it's just record it like I'm doing this, upload it straight from my phone to online, it's done. You can hire someone to look and do the title and pictures and SEO and all that kind of stuff. That you can do all that. But the one thing you need to understand is to start out, when you're very first starting, is just start recording the things that you never thought was important enough to record. The things that you've thought to yourself, like, oh, if I meet someone, I have this will help this person out. Instead, it's like, this will help this kind of person out. Maybe not what their name is, but what is their avatar? How can I guide it to them? A Bible study for a 25-year-old man who's a new father. That's what's been on your heart. That's what you create content on. Now, all of a sudden, that goes online, and now look at who you're able to reach. So in my opinion, that's one of the best ways that pastors can master social media. It's just by having those thoughts you normally have and giving it out to the world. I'll see you guys in the webinar down below. It's totally free, or I'll see you all here in the next video. Market your ministry, get your ministry online, share your message, share your story, and keep on shining. Speak to you in the next video.